stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Finally in the building. Benny the motherfucking Butcher in the building.
Yes, sir. The
Welcome
big
to the
Butchie.
show,
What's
man.
up with you, G's?
Welcome back, man. How's life?
Man, it's good, man. It's slow. When I mean slow, is everything slowed down for me. I've been doing this for years. You know what I'm saying? So everything slowed down for me. It's moving gracefully.
Yeah, I noticed this year with you, right? Obviously, we've been getting ready for this Def Jam album that you've been talking about for a while now that we're all so excited about. But in 2023, it really seems like this year you've been not away because you always around, you always doing your features, you always at the shows and shit. But it feels like this year has kind of been like your year where you really been focusing on like this one project, because I feel like we're used to normally multiple projects and multiple things from you every year at this point.
Yeah, that's I could say that's accurate. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot into this. I wasn't in no rush to do it when I did it. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I put out a lot of music on BSF. I executive produced a lot of music, so I was focused on making music in all kind of ways. But definitely, man, I took my time with Everybody Can't Go.
Everybody Can't Go. Coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Coming soon. Because, like, even, you know, I know there was, like, a previous, like, release, but, like, I think that adds to, like, what you're saying where you're, like, taking your time with this one. Because there was a release date previously, I think, like, November, right? But then we pushed it back a little bit. What was the reason for, like, the pushback? Was it just because, like, you felt like it wasn't up to the standard that you wanted yet? You had some things you wanted to add? Like, what kind of, like, I want to know, like, what really went into this album.
Honestly, it took me maybe a year to do the album comfortably. And it could have been done before that, but I kept going there making shit. You know what I'm saying? First, I was just going to do all Hit Boy. Then I'm like, yo, let's just do Al. Then I started working with Al, too. So it's like this. It's really simple. Is that I could have put out the album, but I haven't, like, get people excited about the album. I know people are because people been waiting, but drop a single, run around, do some press, hang out, show my face, you know, all that type of shit. You know, that shit important. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that I'm on Def Jam now. You know what I'm saying? We always ain't do things like this. And, we always wasn't taking things this slow. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we rush it, but you get what I'm saying.
Right, you guys drop a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you guys are very in people's faces, which isn't a bad thing, but that's just been, like, the Griselda way that we all have known and loved this whole time.
That's it. And it's really not, it's really nothing complicated. You know what I'm saying? You know, my manager hit me up, Chase hit me up, like, yo, what you want to do? We can do it this date, or we could put it this date, and we could put some shit behind it. It's a no-brainer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that originally it was going to be all hit.
Yep.
So is it like half hit, half Al? Like,
I would say 60-40, 40-60. I don't know who way really. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I don't
yeah.
got the track list in front of me, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Both of them, I don't know who produced the most beats, but they both gave equal effort on helping me make this project.
I like that. And, you know, it's kind of funny because, like, after we saw, like, they had the record that they did, right?
Yeah.
And now that you tell, like, I think that's cool how it's, like, the extension of the Hit and Al, relationship is kind of like, on a producer tip, is going to be really shown on, like, your project. Because, like, they didn't do any beats together, right? It's all kind of, like, separate.
Right. They do no beats together, but, you know what I'm saying? I feel like when people hear the dynamic of it, it's like it's going to be so smooth and it's just going to be so concentrated on refinement and people going to love that shit. It's like people don't even know what to expect when you say Hit Boy and Al worked on the album. People don't even know what to expect until they hear this shit.
With Hit, like, did you originally approach him for the project or did he approach you? And then when Al came along, like, I know you said, like, halfway through, like, you working on it, like, Al came along, but then how did Al start getting in the mix of everything?
Definitely, man. Hit been talking about working on another project since Burton Approved. We needed another album since then. You know what I mean? We undefeated. And same thing with Al. I'm just coming off a big win with Al. And DJ Khalil produced Johnny P's Caddy.
Yep.
And half of Tana Talk 4. So I'm coming off some big shit with Al. So it's like, let me go in back with two heavyweights, you know what I'm saying? Just to make this one, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like two heavyweights who've been like a big part of like the journey up until this point for you too.
For real.
You know, we were chopping up a little bit before the interview. One thing that we spoke about was that you actually quit drinking for like the first 3 months of this year, right?
Yeah.
Was that a conscious effort? One, because I don't know, maybe because you actually just wanted to quit drinking for a couple months and see what it does, or was that part of the intent that you were putting behind this project? Like, all right, I'm gonna go sober, I'm gonna go cold turkey, I'm gonna really just lock in and focus on this project. I know you said you're gonna do it again at the top of this year when the project is getting ready, but what was like the intent behind it?
That's just something that I'm gonna do every year, every top of the year. Start my year off with some self-discipline and start my year off. You know what I mean? Clear. You know what I mean? Feeling good, being the best version of myself. You know what I'm saying? Really, that I'm definitely gonna have a drink after that. But I don't you know what I mean? I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with like showing discipline and not doing it for like 90 days. I got like 9 more months to do it.
Right. Did you find that like during those 3 months you were really able to like, did you get like the most done in those 3 months than like the rest of the year? Like, how did you feel during that time too of like discipline and shit?
I feel good. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? People did tell me my skin was clear. People was like, yo, your skin clear, your skin clear, your skin clear. I did hear a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? But I make sure I drink a lot of water too. I drink more water than alcohol. Some of y'all out there not drinking more water than alcohol.
That's a fact.
I'm saying, but man, it's okay to show yourself some type of discipline. You know, that none of this shit is going nowhere anytime soon. It's gonna be here for you when you're ready. But you know what I'm saying, just to be the best version of myself, top of the year.
Yeah, I feel like you said, like how you said, like this is all gonna be here for you anyway. I think there's also kind of like a double entendre with that with the project too. It's like the project is still gonna come out one way or another.
Exactly.
We're just taking a little bit more time to refine and fine tune it, And I think like I don't remember, and you could please correct me on this because I was looking for the tweet. But I think you had said this is gonna be the best album on Def Jam since DMX, right? Was that the tweet originally? I feel like I saw
the tweet.
That was like a year ago, right?
That's basically me saying that I'm going to catch a Def Jam moment. I'm gonna create a moment at Def Jam.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Shout out everybody over there in the building. Had the meet and greet the other day, and man, it just love there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm constantly reminding people that I chose to be at every place that I'm at. As far as management with Rock, as far as Def Jam, just everything with Griselda. So it's like it's love everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing forced. And yeah, they helping me do my shit.
Like you said, like with the push and everything and having more motion behind it and just, taking the extra months, like, and kind of how you were used to putting out projects, right? What's been, I guess obviously besides the waiting and pushing it back, what's been like the biggest lesson, even though, and I feel like we always learn, doesn't matter how long we've been in the game, but we always learning and growing as we go through this with this project and the time that has been taken to put into it. And even like, Def Jam being like, yo, let's take some time to, be in people's faces, do these interviews, get the singles out, do that right. What has been like the biggest lesson for Benny throughout this process of like this album?
Being prepared. And ready to work. Because sometimes you might get an opportunity to do a song with somebody, and it might not be ideal time. You might have something planned. You're like, oh, yo, I got to go do this Wednesday. You might get a call like, yo, such and such is out here. Fly out here. And get in the studio. So you got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to do it like that. It's not always on your terms. That's shit that I've been new, but I'm saying I'm relearning that. And I'm saying be prepared. You have to be prepared because a lot of times it takes forever to clear the samples. Some samples don't get cleared.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Some songs you might need a replacement song or, you know what I mean? Just be prepared and be ready for anything. You know what I mean? That's what this game taught me.
Do you feel like there was a moment throughout this year that you kind of like that came from? Like specifically, is there like a specific moment that you remember where it's like, whether it be like a sample you couldn't get cleared or like a moment that you missed because you weren't prepared at that moment to take that flight to go see somebody to do the record or something of that nature?
That happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot in the game because, everybody's somebody and we all moving pieces around the board. Everybody busy. So that happens a lot. So when you can do it, that's why you do it because as an artist, we understand, if bro can't make it. You know what I'm saying? Bro busy. He can't make it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And definitely how the sample got switched on the song with me and Rose. You know what I mean? And fans hit me up all the time like, yo, tell them to switch the beat back. Tell them to switch the beat back. It's not that simple. You know what I mean? But it's all love and these things that you learn, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think the hardest part with the sample shit is like, do you still feel like after the fact, that the record, like, are you satisfied with those records after the sample gets switched to, like, because I know it's tough. I think in some cases artists do be satisfied, but then there's always that little like voice in the back of your head that's like, damn, like you start playing the old record in the back of your head again, and you're like, damn, man, is it always there? Like, do you feel like it's fine tuned enough?
Not always, I can't lie, but honestly, I felt that me and Rose record on Burton and Proof sounded better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they come out better. Like I tell everybody, the Johnny P's Caddy beat wasn't the original beat. We couldn't get that sample clear. We had to switch that beat. So what people hear is the second version. It's our second attempt at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you hear that aggression and you hear that hunger and that tone on me and Cole's verses, that came from a different beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, so I didn't like the second one. I'm not saying that I didn't like it, but I feel like it didn't fit the vibe.
Yeah.
Until I played it for my wife, and then she was like, no, I like that one better. And I knew what she meant by it. She meant like it was smoother, and it meant like more people was going to take to it. You know what I'm saying?
It was cleaner and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I knew what it meant.
But those verses were already laid on the other version, and you just had to kind of fix
Yes,
them.
sir.
That's crazy, man.
Right?
But it's crazy. You know, I think that kind of is like in the same vein of like artists who get like their first hit record, and they like, man, I hate that record. Not saying you hate that song. You just said that you like the original beat a little bit more at the time until your wife chimed in. But it's crazy because like people get their first hit record and they be like, damn, I don't like that song, and I wasn't even gonna put that shit out. But then it becomes like this thing that becomes bigger than them, and they're like, wow, like, you know, now it's like this. And I think Johnny P's Caddy is like kind of one of those examples, but in a different way.
I got a bunch of records like that where I'm trying to come out and perform the important songs. And, you know, I pick the songs for my team, but, you know, the fans pick different songs. So when I go do shows and they be screaming, hey, yo, do Flood the Block. Like, Flood the Block is absolutely a song that I knew from the fans that I had to add in my set list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they put me on shit to add in my set list. You know what I'm saying? I listen to them.
Yeah. I like how you listen to your fans, too. I think it's like you said, the fans pick certain records, and it's like, while you got to do, like, all, like, the mainstream approved records that, you know, stream really well, there's always like those one or two records that you got to throw in there, because I think that you and the guys have built up this incredible fan base that goes deeper than just, yo, what's on the Rap Caviar playlist, and
right.
Which you have those fans too. You have like the Rap Caviar fans, but then there's also those like day one Griselda fans that like the shit that y'all been putting out for years now. And you gotta, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, you gotta make sure that you do like the Johnny P's Caddies, of course, but then you also do like those records that they have been loving for last like 10 years. You feel me?
Right. And you gotta feed them, and you gotta feed the streets. But honestly, man, that's where records like Big Dog came from, because honestly, now we have a certain fan base with an appetite for different kind of music from us. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because we're Griselda, but it's just about satisfying them, and it's about definitely the hardcore gritty fans that love us over that dirty Al, that dirty Derringer, that dirty Conductor, that dirty J.R. Swift, that dirty Harry Fraud, that dirty just everybody. You know what I'm saying? They love that shit, and that's why I got something for them called What Was Sheen Gonna Do Too? That's gonna be coming real soon.
Fire, man.
You know what I mean? And that's probably gonna be the dirtiest shit they heard in their fucking life.
You know, I'm glad that you talked about like Derringer and Conductor and Al, and obviously like the day we're recording this is kind of interesting because it's a day that the Drake dropped the 6-pack, and obviously Al and Conductor are all on it too. But it's just like, even him working with those level of producers and having that level of production that you guys have really influenced over these past couple of years. I want to ask you, do you ever take like the moment to really like realize the impact that you've had on the culture as a whole? Like, do you ever have those moments like and be like, damn, man, like the stuff that we've worked on with these producers and us as a Griselda collective and BSF and all that, like we've really influenced like a whole, you know, from the bottom to the top, you know what I'm saying? From like the upcoming artists to the Drakes of the world. Like, do you ever have those moments of like, damn, we really like influence this shit? I do accept those moments too.
Of course I do. It's like, and if anybody don't see that, they gotta be blind. And it's a dope feeling because this what inspired us. Yeah. And it's inspiring people back. So, you know, that's the whole point. That's really the whole point is for it to become a full circle moment like that. Right. The thing that inspired us is the rawness and the hip hop and the thing from the early 90s. When we got back to that, we see a lot of people want to get back to that and want to work with the same producers, and that's dope. I think that's dope.
Yeah, man. You know and even with the record with Wayne, like, do you feel like it's like that middle ground between like the stuff those the old Griselda fans will like, and then like the mainstream people will like?
You know, I don't know where that lands at.
Cause I feel like it's somewhere in the middle, but I enjoy it. You feel me?
It's in the middle because I've been hearing people say like, "Oh, this is real hip hop. Like this is Al."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, but it's like bouncy though. At the same time, so I guess it is. However you interpret it, which proves my point. You know what I'm saying, that it's a thin line between this shit. You know what I mean? So however people take it, it's in the middle to me though.
You know, with you and this project and why I'm so excited, like I know there was like the whole like, you know, the criticism shit that went viral online, right? Are you like, I don't want to say nervous, but like, are you, nervous is a bad word, but with the criticism that comes with this project, like, are you like looking at it, or is it just kind of like coming to you? Like, you know, I saw you had said that, and I wanted to give you a chance to, you know, talk about the what was it, like a IG post, IG story, whatever. But like, how do you feel about like criticism with the music now? Like, where's kind of like your head at with that?
You know, I'm Benny the Butcher. You feel what I'm saying? I literally built my career off of hard verses and hard lines.
Absolutely.
Not number one hits, not women's songs, not dance songs, not none of that off of spitting the hardest shit people heard in a long time. So the last thing I'm worried about is if I'm still doing that with a project that I took my time with. You know what I'm saying?
Like a whole year. Well, yeah.
Exactly, with a project where, you know what I'm saying, I was very meticulous on how I operated. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that. But if you asking me, it's like, you think, have I become a target to people who can't sit back and wait to hate on it because I said no criticism? Of course. Of course I believe that. But, you know, that's for them. You know what I'm saying? And this shit just going to shine through all of that. It won't be the first time I drop some shit they couldn't wait to hate on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think, you know, I like how you like, you know, people, you said it makes you a target for that, but I also feel like it's just people will find a way to hate on anything too, especially if it's kind of like, you know, you talked about how you're inspired by the 90s, the hip hop that we all grew up on, right? I think if you make that type of music or an evolved version of that type of music, like, you know, you and the guys make, like, it's easy for people to just be like, oh, well, this sounds like X, Y, and Z, but it's like, nah, like, this is like fresh, it's new, it's meant for 2023.
Yeah.
Again, this, like you said, it's what you came up off of too. And
exactly.
What you know,
and I feel like,
off of.
And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, people who love that genre of music, they should be happy for that. Cause it's like, I feel like I'm leaving space for people. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm gonna leave them too much space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had a strong hold on this shit and have a strong hold on that type of music. So it's like, people should, you know what I'm saying? People should might be opening in there. You know what I'm saying? People should step up and be glad that, you know, we doing bigger, not I don't want to say bigger or better things because it don't make it bigger or better, but we reaching new audiences. That's what I'm looking for.
Right. I think when you talk about that space, you have seen like a ton of people who have definitely been able to come up in this game and, again, occupy that space. Not the whole space, but occupy that space.
No, for sure.
And it's definitely, like, paved the lane for that type of sound. And, you know, I think, you know, shout out my photographer, Calvin, El Calvador, you know, we love Calvin.
My boy, yeah.
But, you know, when me and him be talking about, like, the shows that go on in New York, and even if it's not, like, a Griselda or a BSF directed show, and but it's in that lane, it's like, I'm like, yo, like, these shows wouldn't be happening and this fan base wouldn't exist if in 2023, if the Griselda guys didn't come before, Benny didn't come before, because it helped pave the lane for this to, you know, have a newfound fan base, and even with like a younger crowd too. Like people, like young people love Griselda, young people love Benny the Butcher, like, and these shows wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for y'all too.
Yep. And you know that's 100% facts. And like back to like the criticism shit, it's like, it's just that certain people's opinions don't matter. You know what I mean? I feel like the hardcore Griselda fans, you know what I'm saying, I feel like that type of group opinions matters the most.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like, because we can sit here and be honest, it's like, everybody's opinion don't matter. And the people shit who do matter, some people matter more than other. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that community that's built off lyricism, that's built off of like who the dope is, not persuaded by anything else or what somebody got. I feel like that crowd, you know what I'm saying, opinion is valued the most, because, you know what I'm saying, it's based off of, it's non-biased, it's based off of strictly talent.
It's the most pure.
Yeah, so that's basically what I was saying about the criticism shit. It's like, in a nutshell, I know that shit went viral everywhere, but just in a nutshell, stop letting people whose opinion don't matter sit down and speak and do this shit, you know what I'm saying, without paying a certain homage to the music.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because they sitting down doing it because of the music. So have a certain respect for it, or, you know what I'm saying? And as artists, like, we don't care about, like, you're talking about people's art here.
Yeah.
Like, man, nobody don't give a fuck about your opinion if it ain't got no credits with it. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes back to people just saying shit because they got a voice or because they like a different artist. You know what I'm saying? This shit get deep.
it definitely. And you know what the thing about the internet? Everybody gets a voice on the internet. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So everybody's allowed to kind of like chime in when, you know, not everybody always needs to be able to chime in.
Yep. And definitely, and a lot of times when you see these blogs and everything go viral with me speaking and shit, like, I don't be liking that neither. I'm saying, got me up there talking and shit like I'm a little Boosie, you know what I mean? Like I'm on a rant or something. I mean, it's like, I don't like that because when I'm talking on my story, of course, almost 1 million people follow me, but I'm talking to the people who follow me.
Right.
So when it's blasted to other sites where people who don't even know who I am or necessarily follow me, like, my words is taken out of context.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Because the main people who do follow you know what you're saying.
Exactly.
But like, let's say it goes on like a shade room,
yeah,
then you're gonna have like 1 million other people who may have never heard of Benny the Butcher
World
song
Star
in their
or
life.
some of these, I mean, little sites. You know what I'm saying? It's like they like, what is he talking about? Then it's out of context. That's the thing about that when people see that.
Yeah, because then out of nowhere, then you have somebody from fucking middle of America who may have never heard of Griselda before in their life, or may not even be a hip hop fan,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just like, well, "Why does he get to say that?" And it's like, but you're not even part of this. So why are you speaking? You know?
Exactly.
I understand. I definitely understand that because I think like a lot of things get taken out of context because it's like if you saying something to like your fan base, it's the same way that like if a little Uzi Vert says something to his fan base, right? But it was directed at his fan base, not your fan base, his fan base.
Yeah.
And then they posted it, and then all of a sudden like X, Y, and Z people was now commenting on his shit, and he's like, well, this wasn't meant for y'all. It was meant for these people, these X amount of million people who listen to my shit and stream my shit and follow me. Like it was meant for them.
Correct.
You know, and and they understand. You might not understand, but they understand.
Man, hell yeah, but I want the people to know, like, y'all could keep critiquing if y'all want, though, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking my shit, too. It's the internet for me, too, so I troll back sometimes, too, so, I mean, y'all could critique all y'all want, keep going.
And at the end of the day, it's all about the music, man, you know what I'm saying?
It's all about the music, man. It's all about the music. I love music. Music done so much for me, and I'm so proud that, you know what I'm saying? I know this shit sound crazy, but I'm proud of this shit, 50 years of hip-hop. Music is so expressive. Everybody is doing their shit now. Mm-hmm. Every fucking body. There's no limit on what you could do with this. There's no limit on where you from. There's no gatekeepers. This shit is wide open, and I love it. You know what I mean? And people getting rich off of this shit, changing their life.
It's like you said. I also wrote this down that you tweet. Said I'm building a catalog that's gonna be nothing to fuck with. And that's what we're doing with this new project.
Straight like that.
With this new project. So who else is on it? So obviously we got Wayne on it. Mm-hmm. Who else can we say is on it?
I don't know if this coming out before or after.
I'm gonna try to put this out close to when you announce the project and everything.
Oh man.
If not, I'll cut this part out.
Yeah, I got Wayne on there. I got Peasy, Babyface Ray, Kiss, my boy Kyle Banks on there, Snoop Dogg on there.
Nice.
Floyd Mayweather.
What is Floyd Mayweather doing on the project? Is he rapping? Is he? No, this is a real. Is he rapping? Does he have a skit? It's a real question I have.
He talking shit, motivating the streets, man.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? He done came so many levels. He know everybody can't go.
I like that. So he has like a skit on it type shit.
Yes, sir.
Fire, man. Anybody else we missing?
Nah, that's it.
I like you got Peasy on it. Peasy and Ray.
Oh man, Peasy got some heat on that bitch.
That's tough, man. So aside from this, right? I gotta ask, anything planned for BSF in 2024?
I mean, of course, man. Rick Hyde dropping his album. Fuego Bass dropping his album. Heem dropping the album. We doing another compilation in the summertime. That's gonna go crazy. We done with, or 70% done with all of these shits. So I'm saying if people paying attention, we put out everybody album. All of our artists damn near dropped a album this year. I'm saying we've been running it up a lot, and I'm saying making a lot of traction. Went on a world tour. You know what I'm saying? We've been chewing. If y'all been paying attention, man, we've been chewing. So we're going to continue to do it again. I just signed Ari Almighty, Flames Malik. Okay. You know what I mean? Who else? Sule, my nigga Sule. Everybody ever see me, we're like, yo, man, I fuck with you. You just signed my nigga Sule. I'm saying, like, we
all brand new signees to BSF.
Yeah.
Tough, man. Tough.
You know, Camino over there doing his shit. He just put out his shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love Camino because the first.
Oh,
Young World. Yeah, shout out Young World, man.
Young World, he doing his shit. Y'all see, he on that clip. He was in the studio with West Side Gun, 42 Doug, and J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Who else, man?
Camino mad funny, bro. Because
Camino
the day that Camino got off house arrest, the first place he came was right here.
Camino is hilarious.
I love Camino for that, man. He's funny as fuck. And Heem's official. We can officially say Heem's BSF. Is BSF.
Yeah, yep. He officially BSF. Man, I feel like I'm forgetting one person.
You saying no?
Oh no, this what I forgot to say. OT the Real, I executive produced his album. I'm saying that went crazy.
Fire.
Produced by A-Rap Music. I'm saying so we've been busy on that side lately, and we continue about to do this shit, man. I'm still looking for artists. You know, I still love doing that part of the shit.
Yeah, still being like the A&R side of things.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's fun. I'm inspired off these artists. I'm learning shit from them like they learning from me.
That's fine, man. Well, look, bro, I'm happy for you. Congratulations on everything. Project coming soon. You know what I'm saying? By the time you see it, I'm going to have it be around the project. So
everybody can't go, man.
Everybody, yep, you already know what it is, man. Look, freestyle now, too. Hi, what's your son's name? What's the producer name?
Miles.
Produced by Miles.
My freestyle is produced by my nephew, Miles, Rick High's son. You know what I'm saying? He 13, right?
14.
He just turned 14. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we do. It's in our blood, man.
It's that A&R shit that he was just talking about, man. 14-year-old producer did the freestyle today.
That's a fact.
So shout out Produced by Miles, right? Produced by Miles. Shout out Produced by Miles. Look, Benny, it's a blessing. Thank you so much for coming,
man.
man.
My boy. Like I said, love what you're doing. I'm proud of y'all. El Calvador, where you at, my dog? Where you at?
He's going to take that clip. He's going to run with it. I'm so mad. But anyway, look, man, before we get up out of here, man, anything else you want to let the people know, where they can follow you at, all that good stuff. Now's the time to do it. This camera on the right here.
Listen, if it's one thing that I want people to know that's been on my heart lately, that it's kind of been like, it's been weighing on me, is that the butcher is coming. You understand? And I want y'all to know that. I've been saying it for years, but the butcher is coming.
There you go, man. Benny the Butcher on the radar. Go follow him. Go show him some love. Go show him some support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. The Butcher's coming on the radar. We out. Pow, my guy. Love.
You know that.